My name is David McMaster, and this is Mac on Tobac. Mac on Tobac is commentary on the toll tobacco is taking on those dependent on nicotine from tobacco products, the effects on their families and the community. I am recording these Mac on Tobac commentaries from Madison, Wisconsin, but I believe our information is relevant wherever tobacco is sold and used. It is almost beyond belief how little attention is given to this issue. The death toll is more than 430,000 Americans a year from tobacco. Add alcohol and drug-related deaths, and nearly 500,000 Americans die every year. I repeat, every year. This is not a one-time tragedy. It is part of the reality of life in America, where the free enterprise, market economy, and profits trumps public health services. If more than 430,000 are dying this year from tobacco, that means there are millions who are sick, will get sick from lung and other cancers, emphysema, other lung diseases, and heart disease, and they will die this year and in the years to come. We are no longer going to be distracted by these death and dying statistics. They are so numbing, hardly anyone pays any attention to them. These statistics of those dying from tobacco represent real people. Their deaths have been going without protest far too long. If this is going to change, somebody has to be a voice for the casualties of death by tobacco. I am going to be one of those voices. How is it that more than 430,000 American tobacco deaths is not an important issue in America? Is there a rational explanation that clarifies why nobody seems to be making sure this is an ongoing public health story that does not go away? Unlike Mothers Against Drug Driving, families advocating for services for their developmentally disabled family members, and other passionate advocates for change and services, there is no advocacy group that speaks for death by tobacco victims that I'm aware of. There's no major tragedy involved, like a national disaster or a terrorist incident like 9/11, that sparks a tidal wave of media attention and in-depth reporting. No, death by tobacco victims die over 365 days in a population of 260 million and from 50 states. They die one by one, unnoticed by the public, but are devastating losses to their families and friends. Their deaths are invisible and not counted as important enough to do anything about it. There are no marches on Washington or state capitals by anyone protesting these deaths and the next 430,000 who will die this year, and the next, and the next, and the next from tobacco. Are we blind to this preventable epidemic of tobacco deaths? Do we say, hey, they brought it on themselves, so they deserve to suffer and die from tobacco. They knew better, but they didn't do better. Tough luck. Hopefully, we will do better as we learn more about what can be done in the way of solutions to this national disgrace. What kind of people do nothing, while hundreds of thousands of their friends, family members, and strangers die from these legal but lethal products? We will continue this discussion. Mac on Tobac is a voice for the voiceless, the castaway casualties of tobacco. I'll be talking to you again soon. Thank you for listening and watching.